Now, what I want to teach you guys right now, the high of the day momentum scanner, what I want you guys to look at right now is the count alerts, okay? Every morning, I do something exactly the same. I look at the count alerts and I wait for the first stock to hit a 20. See how it says 3, 1, 2, 4? I always wait to see which one hits a 20 first. Now, why is this? Because I want to see where is the volume going to go. I always say basically all the traders out there in the world are the mob. The mob is the majority of buyers. They're basically traders that are just running around and pushing plays on up. I want to see where the mob is going to go. Where is the majority of buyers going to go? Where are traders going to look at? So I see TTO right here has a 20 count. That shows me that it has some attention. Guess what? If I see again a stock hit 20 high of the day, look at this. Okay, EDBL's taking over. EDBL right here, 76 count. Now I know right away, boom, this is where the attention's at. Now I know EDBL, boom, this is where the attention's at. EDL, boom, this is where the hype's at. EDBL, boom. You guys see how I just saw that? So if I didn't have, let's say, other scanners, so I didn't know that, all I could do is look at the high of the day momentum scanner, 82 count, boom. I know that's the stock that has the mob and that's the attention. EDBL just got halted. So remember, we're looking at the high of the day momentum scanner. I gave you guys the high of the day momentum scanner yesterday. So I gave you guys this scanner yesterday so you guys have the same exact thing that I have. If you guys just have trade ideas, you won't have the high of the day momentum scanner. That's custom coded so that it's only for us. So the thing is, now I have EDBL, shows me that this stock just went on a very big spike, very big rip and run, and this is awesome. It just got halted. I taught you guys what halts were yesterday when you hit the LULD. The LULD was a price of $8.94. And now let's start doing some research. What would be a great area to start looking for a short on this play? Now, let's try to break this play on down together, guys. EDBL, this is a play. What's the first thing that we always want to do? The first thing that we always want to do, and this is stuff you can do in pre-market as well, is you want to figure out, does this stock have any credibility? Is there a reason on why people are buying EDBL? Is there a reason on why EDBL right now is currently up at this moment 109%? Is there a reason behind this? And we can go over to EDBL. We break this thing on down. Let's take a look. EDBL, is there any sort of news? 2 hours ago, it came out with a filing. 2 hours ago, it came out with a filing. 2 hours ago, it came out with an earnings report. So you can see EDBL reports significant 27.6% year over year revenue growth. So that is, again, very important for us to be able to realize. That is very important for us to be able to see that EDBL does have an earnings report. So this whole entire spike is from an earnings report. Are earnings reports good? They're solid. They're not bad. They're okay. The thing is, when I take a look over on EDBL at this moment, right, this play is on a nice uptrend. It does have credibility. And on top of that, it does have a very low float. Today, we are actually going to teach you what the float means and why we look at floats. Now, if you ever need to see what a float is, you guys can always go to Yahoo Finance. So again, go to Yahoo Finance, type in EDBL, and then after you type in EDBL, guess what you can look at right here? Go to EDBL, go to statistics. After you go to statistics, scroll on down, and you'll be able to see float, 288,000. Just a little heads up for you guys. The lower the float, the easier it can spike. So the lower the float, the bigger the rip. The lower the float, the bigger the spike. The lower the float, the bigger the run. So what we have here is a 288,000 in float. What's considered low float? Anything under 5 million. We have 288,000. That means it's very easily manipulated. The float are the shares offered to the public. If we have every single person right now saying, ooh, I want to get involved in EDBL, and there's only 233,000 shares available, guess what? We have everyone fighting over those plays. It's simple economics. When you have a very low supply and you have a high demand, the stock is going to increase in price. So EDBL has a low supply of shares. Everyone is buying EDBL right now, which is making this price of these shares increase dramatically. So we do have a low float. That's beautiful. We do have a lot of volume. That is beautiful. We do have a good, credible press release. That is beautiful. These are all the reasons on why this stock would move up in the first place. But now let's look at the past chart history pattern, right? I want to make sure, you guys realize it's all about looking at the past. How high can EDBL go up towards? So when I look at the past on EDBL, I can see all these big upper shadows, and which is great because this gives me the stock's DNA. This shows me the stock's genes. When I take a look over on EDBL, I see that this play usually does what? Spike and give all its gains back. Spike and give all its gains back. Spike and gives all its gains back. Spike and gives all its gains back. So what you want to do is we always want to look at all these top spikes, and put a line across this area. This shows me that we spiked up towards the price of $11. We gave back all our gains. $11 gave back all our gains. $11 gave back all our gains. $11 gave back all of our gains. You can see that there is a very strong area of resistance right around $11. Now you can also see, I see a very strong line of resistance up near around the price of around $12.75. Now where's $12.75 coming from? I could see that there's a spike right here, gave back a lot of its gains. Spike right here, gave back a lot of its gains. Spike right here, gave back a lot of its gains. And even a spike right here, which gave back a lot of its gains. So when I take a look over on EDBL, you are now asking yourself, we have a low float stock with a good credible press release, has a lot of volume behind it. This is a play that's most likely going to keep on spiking. Where is there going to be an area of reversals? That's what you want to be looking at. So those areas of reversals that I see are going to be here, 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 here. Those are nice areas of reversals. I also see here, 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 and here. This is an area of reversal. So when I'm taking a look on this play, if I want to feel confident on where I want to get involved in, I want to be looking at the price of around $11. $11 could be a great starting entry. Or if I want to be a little bit more cautious, I wait until around $12.85. $12.85 is a great starting entry. Now, are you going to get filled every single time? The answer is no. Take a look at EDBL right now. EDBL is already starting to fall. EDBL is already starting to get a little weaker. EDBL is already starting to drop. So the thing is, you will not get filled every single time. But the thing is, traders, if you do get filled right here, or if you do get filled right here, you have a great opportunity of seeing that sell-off. Remember, team, everything that I'm teaching you is about placing the odds in your favor. Everything that I'm teaching you is about making sure that when you get filled on this play, you are going to have a better chance of winning than losing. Sure, I could wake up right now and say, hey guys, let's start shorting it right now at the price of $8. But why at the price of $8? Because I hope it goes down at $8? No. What if, again, we see rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, right? We see it every single time at this area. Let's just play a different game. Let's play a different analogy here, okay? Let's imagine that, again, you are looking at a person that you are interested in, right? It is Friday night, you're out at a bar, you're out at a restaurant, you're out at a lounge, wherever, and you see a person that is very attractive to you. And you see one, let's say, guy walk up to this girl, and he got rejected. She said, no, I'm not interested. Then again, another guy walked up to her, and she goes, no, I'm not interested. Another guy walked, no, I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested. And now you and your friends are basically watching this happen. All these guys are trying to talk to this one girl, and she just keeps rejecting, 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 rejecting. Now let's say this random guy, Steve. Steve again says, hey, you know what? I'm going to go talk to her. And then Steve starts walking on over, and you and your buddies make a bet. And you guys say, hey, who here thinks Steve gets her number? Who here thinks Steve gets rejected? You know what I would bet? If she rejected the last, again, 10 guys right here, and no one got her number, and now Steve goes, oh, I'll go do it, I would make a bet with my friends, $20 that Steve gets rejected as well. Now, why would I say that that's going to happen? Because of the past, because of what I've seen, because of the statistics behind it, because of the math behind it. If I showed up in a Deckmart Trades t-shirt Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then on Monday, someone said, hey, $20, what do you think, again, Deck's going to be wearing? You're going to probably say he's wearing a Deckmart Trades t-shirt. And the reason why is because that's what he's worn the last 5 days. It would make sense for him to continue to move on here, right? So is there going to be a time that I will wear a different shirt? Absolutely. Will there be a time that maybe, again, Steve is the love of this girl's life and she says yes? Absolutely. But the thing is, if we just play the odds, we are going to win more than we lose. Traders, in 2024, I have an 89% win rate. 89%. And you know how I have an 89% win rate? Because I'm not just saying, oh, I'm going to short here because I feel like this is fun. I short at the areas that show me that we're going to have rejection. So I'm going to look to get filled here, have a stop loss here, and if it keeps on going up, I get filled here, and then I have a stop loss here. So basically, I get filled where I think there's a great chance of success. Then on top of that, guys, I have a stop loss right above the area in case, again, there is acceptance, except there is, it's still a breakout. And then, you know what? I lose, let's say, $200. If it keeps going up higher and higher and higher, I'm out of this play. And guess what? I get filled again right here. I get filled again right here. If I don't, I hit my stop loss, then it starts falling on down. I make back my $200, plus I make a whole lot more. So it's about, having those, odds. It's about, making sure that we understand these plays. So what did I teach you guys yesterday? First things first, we have our scanners. How did we find EDBL? We found EDBL by, of course, having our high of the day momentum scanner. I told you again, once we get stocks that break that 20 count, that is going to be the stock that most likely is going to have the most attention, which means it's going to be the most volatile, which means it's going to be the most profitable. After that, team, we want to figure out, is there a reason on why EDBL is moving on up? The lower the float, the bigger the volume, the better the reason, has a better chance of continuing to move up even higher. On top of that, team, we talked about how to be able to actually short EDBL. You guys can go over to the short request button right here, type in EDBL. And why do we have to type in short request on EDBL? Because there is an L right here. Since there's an L, we have to locate our shares to short. So now we click locate over on EDBL, and now I can short this play. Now, this is, again, something that you need to ask yourself. This is something that is going to be very important. I'm glad this came up right here and right now. And what this is that you guys are going to have to say to yourself right now, is it worth it for me to short to pay off my fee? So what does that mean? Well, that means some stocks are going to be in higher demand than other plays. If everyone is locating locating shares on this play because everyone thinks that this play is going to dump and drop, you are now going to be competing. Just like you want to get in first over on EDBL before the price increases, same exact thing with you locating shares. You locating shares, you are going to have to pay a fee. Usually the fee is not very big, but if everyone is paying for locate shares, this fee is going to go up. You can see locates are not available right now. Guess what happened? They were just available 30 seconds ago. More people are locating shares. Right now, Lightspeed is going to have to find more shares for you guys to be able to short, and they're going to charge a higher amount. So the thing is, team, the earlier you locate your shares, doesn't mean you enter, but the earlier you locate shares, the cheaper it's going to be. So a lot of times when I wake up in the morning, I might look at the number one top gainer. I'll click locate to see how much they cost. If they only cost, let's say 10 cents, if they only cost, let's say $2, I will go ahead and I will locate them right then and there. I might not even use them on the day. But the thing is, if you wait for a big time spike, now a lot of people are going to say, ooh, this is going to be a great short. Let me locate, and your fee is going to be more expensive. Sometimes if you wait, right now there are no shares available to short. So your fee is either going to be more expensive, or if you wait too long, you are not even going to be able to short because there's no shares available. So that is, again, something that you have to be realizing, over on EDBL or again on these breakouts. It does come down to first come, first serve on shorting shares, and the longer you wait, the higher the fee there's going to be. That does not mean you need to enter. Does not mean you need to enter at $4. It just means you got to pay the locate fee, and you can enter whenever you want. But if you do not pay the locate fee early, it will get more expensive as things go on up. Okay? So EDBL, definitely very important play. Let's see when this one's going to be opening on up. We remember the website I taught you guys yesterday, NASDAQtrader.com/trading halts. We can go ahead, check this on out, post that right there, and we can see EDBL is currently halted. Why is it halted? Because it has volatility. A lot of people are trading it. Now, notice we have actually gone over a 5-minute hold. It got halted at 9:37 and 31 seconds. Now, what did I teach you guys also about yesterday? I know a lot of things we're kind of recapping on, but getting everyone back on the same page is that halts usually last for 5 minutes, just like this one did right here. MTC got halted at 9:36 and 32 seconds, got unhalted at 9:41 and 32 seconds. So EDBL is going to be the same exact thing. 9:37 and 31 seconds. It should have been unhalted at 9:42 and 31 seconds, but it's not. So it's going to be a 10-minute hold. And now a 10-minute hold is going to be 9:47 and 31 seconds. Now, if you go above 10 minutes, that is where panic starts to set in. Let's think about this as a psychological trader, guys. Let's think about it in psychology. If you are in on EDBL right now and you are on the long side and you're saying, okay, we just got halted. Okay, we got halted, but we didn't get out after 5 minutes. Okay, don't worry. We're going to get out in 2 minutes here. I'm going to get out right away in 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden it goes to 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You're going to start saying, what's going on? Like, what's happening to EBL? Why is this halted so long? I got to sell the moment this opens on up. And the thing is, once you open on up after 10 minutes, you usually always see a dump. So let's see if this opens on up in the 10-minute region. 10 minutes, okay. But once you cross 10 minutes and you start going to 15-minute halts, 30-minute halts, 45-minute halts, usually whenever you open, everyone sells off their plays. So that's a nice little cheat sheet to just be able to make money and to always be aware of when a nice short is going to be coming on up. So EDBL should be getting unhalted at 9:37 and 31 seconds. That'll be 9:47 and 31 seconds. Let's get ready to rock here. M is still volatility as well. So M over on that is going to be volatility. LUDP is volatility. M is volatility. So all those are volatility. Now also take a look at the high of the day momentum scanner. Aren't we having a new stock kind of take on over? Look at the high counts right here. We have AWIN right now. Look at AWIN with 207. So guys, take a look. AWIN starting to go crazy. Found it on the high of the day momentum scanner. We could study this play and look to see when is this one going to become a nice short. So also I can see this right now. Let's just take this for an example. Let's go AWIN. Let's see, do we have any shares available to short? Locate. Guys, $19. I'm going to take a screenshot of this right now. I'm not actually going to jump in on AWN, but if AWIN goes on up, I bet you these fees are going to get a lot more expensive. So fees are going to get more expensive, but let's go back over to EDBL. Are we live? And guys, take a look. EDBL, open on up, 10-minute halt, big gap down, everyone's selling it on off. Traders, this is why we love shorting, okay? This is why we absolutely love shorting right now. We love shorting because every single trade, every single play, guys, let's just take a look over on EDBL here one more time. If I take a look over the past, okay, I'm going to take a look over the past couple months here. And this is what's so wild. This is what's so nuts. And this happens on nearly every single penny stock play that you guys look at. This is showing me all the way back to October of 2023. Take a look at EDBL, okay? EDBL was the number one top gainer. EDBL is up 53% at this moment. It was up over 100%. Every single morning, I see traders wake up and they say, ooh, that stock's up 100%. I can't wait to buy it. And I say, why are you going to buy this play? And they say, Zach, the stock's up 100%. It's going to go up 200% now, 300% now. now. And I say, why do you think that? Well, if it's up 100%, it should go up even more. That's kind of like the crazy stock trading, mantra. If it's up, it'll go up more. And that's not what's true. Same exact thing with all of these meme stocks. People think, oh, it's up. Let me buy in on this. I'm late. When really the answer is, it's up. Let me look for a reversal. Everyone's going to start taking profits soon. When we take a look over on EDBL, be honest with me right now. Be honest with me. Which way does EDBL look like it's going? EDBL over the last 9 months has been fading and falling and dropping. Am I wrong thinking that? Can we all agree that there is one ginormous downtrend over on EDBL? Can we all agree that EDBL has been fading and falling and dropping for the last 9 months in a row? So why in the world are you showing up today and saying, oh, EDBL, I can't wait for a breakout? EDBL has had 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 breakouts. 4 breakouts over the last 9 months. And you want to say, oh yeah, let me buy shares of this. Why? Guys, there are 4 breakouts over the last 9 months. That's basically me telling you right now at this moment, there's about 200 days that the stock is going to fade and fall, and you're going to have 4 opportunities that the stock is going to go up. Oh yeah, I want to buy up. I want to, yep, diamond hands, Decky. Diamond hands. You know how these hands work, baby, to the moon. Guys, why are we playing the worst game in the casino right now? Why are we playing the worst game in the casino when instead it's we see a spike, we know it's going to fall? These are garbage stocks. This is not Apple. This is not Tesla. This is not Google. This is not Microsoft. These are garbage companies. Stop looking for breakouts. Let all the other garbage traders out there push all of them on up, and we will short them all back down to nothing. That's what we're going to do here. Every play that spikes on up, we know it's coming back on down. Every play that goes on up, we know it's going to crash. All these plays on the penny stock world are not Apple, not blue chips, not Microsoft. They are going to come flying all the way back on down every single time. 4 chances out of the last 200 to be able to make money, and you want to do the 4. It's almost like this. Let's imagine you go over to a casino game, okay? You go over to play roulette, all right? You have, the dealer right here. Here's the dealer, and you have this big, giant roulette board, okay? And it's like, okay, pick what you want to do, right? Pick what you want to do. You are either going to bet right here that the stock is going to fall, or again, you are going to bet right here that the stock is going to climb. Hey, it is your choice. You get to put your money on where you want it. And then we take a look at the wheel, all right? And this is the wheel right here that he's about to spin that little white ball on. And the wheel looks like this, okay? And all we have is all the way over here. This is all falling. This is all falling. Yep, we're gonna fall. This is right here where we are actually going to spike, okay? And the thing is, it pays the exact same. So if you bet in the red, you win $1,000. If you bet in the blue, guess what? You win $1,000. Okay, which way are you going to bet? Which way are you going to place your odds? Traders, if I ever saw anyone at a casino ever play this hypothetical made-up game and they're betting in the blue, and I'm saying, why are you doing that? And they go, trust me, I got a good feeling about this one. That's exactly what you're doing here, buying these breakouts. That's exactly what you're doing here, looking for these plays. Everything that I'm teaching you here, team, I love it, absolutely. But I love it because it's the math that makes sense. It's the statistics that make sense. It's what checks out, okay? If it was opposite and every stock went up, sure, I would again be looking for buying breakouts all the time. But that's not the math. That's not what happens. Take a look at EDBL right now. Take a look how EDBL's falling apart at this moment, right? That's not what we want to do here. So this is, all so important that you guys are gauging, that you guys are understanding. Now let's go back over to AWIN here for a second. AWIN, let's see if these locate fees went up in price. Okay, so it was $19.78 and $26.50. Now the cool thing is Lightspeed does give us 2 different options. Always go with the cheaper option. So the thing is, team, they always go through like 2 different routes to try to find shorts for you. Go with the cheaper option. Don't be like, ooh, are these better? No, they're not better. They're exact same. Go with the cheaper option. But let's see, since it's been like 10 minutes now, let's see if this price has gone up because more people are going to be looking for shorts soon. $19 and $26. Let's see it now. AWIN, let's see right here. Now AWIN, no shares even available right now, team. So locates unavailable. So right now at this moment, locates are unavailable at this time. Now you might also say, Deck, why is EDBL available? Well, EDBL is available because guess what? People now are getting out of their shorts. People are again saying to themselves, oh, Deck, I just made a lot of money. Guess what? Now I'm getting out of my shorts and now there's more shares available to short. So just like, again, you got to think about there's only a limited amount of shares. There's only a limited amount of shorts to go ahead and put out to people. So the thing is, now people just shorted it, just made a lot of money, covered their plays, and now the shorts are now available once again. So basically, we're getting like hand-me-down shorts right now. People, again, got on the shorts before. Remember, we couldn't locate those shares from before, and now EDBL is crashing. People are already making money. Now take a look, guys. AWIN starting to spike its way on up. AWN starting to go crazy. So now, again, we can take a look, but I don't think there's any shares available to short at this moment. AWIN, right now, you can see it's searching. Nope, nothing that we can do. There were shares available before, right? right? So we're missing out because we didn't pull the trigger here. So AWIN, it's not halted yet. You can see the LULD, it's hitting 816. You got to wait for the level 2 to zero out. Sometimes these plays will come back to life and actually start moving. It's still not halted yet. It's still not halted. There's still orders. Now it's halted. See where it's zeroed out, 00000. Now you can say, okay, let me do my research. So traders, let's do our research. Let's do this together. Why is AWIN spiking? Let's take a look here. AWIN, take a look, see what we have over on the news here. Last press release I see, Tuesday, 4-30 here at the moment. So that is, let's see what else we have. Last press release 2 weeks ago here. So we already know right now at this moment, traders, that guess what? AWIN is halted. First thing I always like to do is go over to www.nasdaqtrader.com/traderholds. Why? Because I always like to see when it's going to open on up. AWIN halted because of volatility. 9:55 in the market. That means we are going to be opening on up at 10:49. So 10 o'clock and 49 seconds. I have about 2.5 minutes to be able to break down this play. That's what I have, right? So now AWIN, I'm asking myself, first thing, what's the float? Does it have a low float, guys? Well, what did I teach you already? Anything that's underneath 5 million in float can go on a very hard spike. So we type in AWIN, we go over the statistics, and we can see the float here. The float is going to be 477,000. So is it weird that today EDBL only had 200 shares available, and we have this play, which is AWIN, which only has 477,000 shares available? You can see over on Trade Ideas, it has 620,000 shares available. So you can see it's still underneath a million in float. Underneath a million float is a very low float play. Stock that can go on a very hard spike. Now we look at the past chart history. Past chart history pattern. What do you guys realize? Everything that I've been teaching you guys before, everything I've been stating before. If I bought this play over the last 9 months, over the last year and a half, what are the better chances? The better chances are that this play is going to come crashing all the way back on down. Over the last 9 months, AWIN has been fading and falling and dropping again and ugly and ugly and ugly. Now, there is the occasional spike. There's the occasional rip. There is the occasional run. The 200-day moving average is going to be the next strong area of resistance. This play right here has potential of spiking very big. I don't want to jump in on the upside. Now, what do I mean by the upside? Take a look over on AWIN. AWIN, this is still showing very strong momentum. What did I say that we want to wait for in most cases? We want to wait for that very large upper shadow and then start seeing the momentum start fading on down. We really don't want to just go against this play and hope, that, okay, it's going to start turning. We know that AWN has hype. We know that AWN has momentum. We know that AWN has action. So if we jump in right now on AWIN, I think there's a better chance that we have of losing at this time. We know that we will win in time. We know that this play cannot hold up its gains. We know that we will win in time. But at the same time, traders, when I take a look over on AWIN right here, I want you guys to realize that we want to be waiting for the reversal. This could go up to 9, 10, 11, 12, who knows? But I'm not going to jump in on it when there is so much momentum towards the upside, okay? So let's see, AWIN, we know that this one's going to be opening up probably right now. AWIN should be opening on up unless we go to a 10-minute hold. So AWIN, we're at the 5 minutes right now. Oh, yep, we're live. AWIN, we're live. Let's see what happens here, guys. We're actually starting off with a little bit of a sell-off. Let's see if this thing is going to be able to battle back on up. Let's see if we can battle back on up above $8 and start taking on off in a stronger manner. These are, again, live plays that you guys can get involved in. I don't feel comfortable right now because I think it still has a little bit too strong a momentum. I don't see that turning indicator yet, which is why, again, we're still hitting some new highs. Patience is key. I'll tell you guys something very important right now. No one, not any person in the world has ever blown up their account by being patient. No one has ever said, ooh, okay, let me be patient and wait for the best entry possible and then jump in and then lost all their money. The thing is, team, we wait for that good entry. We wait for that good opportunity. We wait for the time that we are starting to reverse. Then we can jump in and start saying, okay, hey, now I want to get involved into it. Also, there are shares available to short now. Shares before were $19. Now they're $24. So shares before were $19. Now they are $24. We are starting to get a little bit more of that upper shadow at this time over on AWIN. AWIN still has room to run up towards around that 200-day moving average. Right now, team, as you guys can see, just from what we've learned over the last 2 days, we're starting to incorporate a lot of what we learned now over into these plays, and we're starting to pick things on up a lot quicker, okay? I don't want this to be a boring, month. I don't want this to be a boring mentorship class. I want you guys learning. I want you guys picking up things. I want you guys pushing yourself. I want you guys being overwhelmed at times. I want you guys to, again, test yourself. I want you guys to be able to, need explanations on things. I want you to say, okay, wow, I'm learning a lot in a very quick fashion.